YouTube. I've been meaning to put up this video for a couple of weeks now, or even make this video for a couple of weeks now. Been super busy with me having kind of a caretaker's position, clients are staying home from work during the day. I've had to rearrange schedules all over the place. Since I'm the boss, it's just a whole lot of extra work. I've been doing the online shopping for my clients and everything like that. Like, it's just crazy. I feel like I don't have time to breathe even. And then there's my son and his diabetes on top of this. We just got his Dexcom. It's fucking amazing, except for being up between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. every day for lows. That won't seem to go away. We've tried jelly beans. If anyone has any tips or advice, we've gone through 90% of his Easter candy already, and it's just crazy. So if anyone has any advice on that, please comment below, pretty please. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about is how crazy this pandemic is. It's amazing what I have seen. For my work, I have this app on my phone for the neighborhood so that if there's any potlucks or neighborhood activities, I can see it, and my ladies can attend and be part of their neighborhood and the community and everything. But where I was on the app, I've seen so many people coming together in this time of crisis. This community is just amazing. People are posting tables with take what you need, leave what you can sign that has canned goods on it, extra sanitizer, extra hand soap, things like that. There was this one mom who posted pictures of her sons hiding Easter eggs around the neighborhood for other neighbors to find on their walks. I assume she sanitized and everything. It looks like she had put a lot of thought into the activity for her kids. And I just think it's amazing that people are coming together to help out, and they're trying to stay connected despite the fact that we have to do this social distancing thing. I mean, I was on a hike with my son. Probably wasn't the best idea to go to one of the more popular hiking trails, but I was just desperate to get him out of the house. I was desperate to get him some exercise. It was my day off. We haven't been out of the house. As much as we're spending all our time at home, we're not spending very much quality time together. So I was like, let's go to one of my old haunts and climb around a little bit on the rocks and stuff. Turns out there was a bunch of people there. But most everybody was really good about the social distancing. There was a couple of guys, they had some dogs. As we came up the hill, they stepped off the trail, made sure the dogs were on leash, and stepped off the trail. And then when the dogs showed interest in my son, they asked him if he'd like to pet them, and they continued to maintain that distance. They stayed just off the trail. They were as far away as they could get away with while still letting him pet the dogs. Which, once again, probably is not the best thing, but I was desperate. Now, we've been cooped up in here for a month now, and it's, our quarantine started March 17th. Our St. Patrick's Day was quarantine because we had started showing symptoms of fevers and shortness of breath and things like that. Tested negative, we're good. It's just probably stress plus cold or flu or something simple, no big deal. But we've been cooped up for a month, and with my son's diabetes, we have to be super careful because it is an autoimmune disorder. But everybody that was on those hiking trails, the majority of people had their masks on. There were a few families that were kind of letting their kids run wild and not really keeping very good social distancing practices in their mind, not reminding them about much of anything. They're pushing through people and running into people and stuff. But for the most part, everybody, they were wearing masks. Everybody had a little thing of disinfecting towelettes on their belts, and everybody had their doggy bags if they had their dogs, and some people had gloves. Everybody was trying their best to be safe. The community's just come together, and I'm astounded. I feel like this is the first time I could consider myself having seen peace in my life. There's There's been ceasefires on the majority of any disgruntlements within like different governments and stuff. Everybody's just focusing on getting this taken care of instead of focusing on the differences that have been separating us for so long. And it is amazing. I just cannot, all the fighting I've seen. I remember my uncle was in Afghanistan. I remember 9/11. My entire life has just been basically war after war, whether it's our own war or we're putting our foot into somebody else's bullshit. Like, I feel like this is the most peaceful I have ever seen the world, and it's a fucking pandemic. It's a pandemic. But this is the most peace I have seen in my life. And it's crazy to me. Hopefully we can keep it up once this is all cleared up and people remember how well we worked together instead of going back to, oh yeah, I didn't like you because of this. Hopefully everybody just continues to pull together, and next time hopefully we'll be a little more prepared. Kind of crazy how ill-prepared we were, considering just not even that long ago, India was dealing with smallpox potentially getting out. There was the Spanish influenza, the swine flu, Ebola, Zika. We had all these things going around, and you would think we'd be more prepared. Everybody knew it was coming. But the bright side is, because we were ill prepared, everybody's been having to pull together. And it's the most peaceful I've ever seen the world, as sad as that is. So, I guess there's some good points. It's really boring being socially isolated, for sure. I'm an antisocial person. Basically, talking at a camera and going to work is the extent of my social life, other than immediate family, and my cousin, which I guess would be sort of immediate family. That's all my social life, period, even before this. But I feel like there's such a huge difference between choosing to ignore the rest of the world and being told, no, you have to ignore the rest of the world. You have to be isolated. So, it's kind of been hard for me because I'm kind of an obstinate person. I don't like it when I'm told I can or can't do something. But at the same time, I know I can't just go around dicking around doing whatever the hell I want, because it's going to put me at risk, my family at risk, and others at risk. So hopefully everybody out there staying safe. Hopefully we continue to see this pattern of everybody pulling together and helping each other, and this just great community togetherness despite being so far. Hopefully that continues. Hopefully you're all staying safe. Remember, wash your hands often. Don't go out into public if you can avoid it. I had to go and buy some new shoes, and my husband just sent me by myself to go and grab some new shoes because my old shoes, the soles were talking to me. They were split right in half. So I was like, I need new shoes. This is a necessity. And I just ran into Walmart, ran in, ran out, had my mask on. I Lysol sprayed my shoes and used disinfectant wipes, and I keep hand sanitizer in my car and bags at all times. I just ran in by myself. I just went to the store by myself. Usually I don't like shopping by myself. I won't go to the store by myself. I will wait my happy ass 2 weeks before going to the store by myself when I need something, unless it's food or something super immediate. So, this has definitely been pushing my personal comfort zone, which is a good thing. You can't have any personal growth without pushing your comfort zone. That's my take on what's happening so far. It's kind of what I've been experiencing, what I've been seeing. I would love to hear and see how everybody else has been handling it. Some of the things that I've been doing, earlier, my son's insulin pen went foggy, and we pull it with a syringe from the pen because he needs half units, and a lot of the insulin pens don't have half units, but this particular insulin only comes in a pen. So, the insulin got cloudy, which means it's not going to work as well anymore. We may as well just toss it away. We were sitting there squirting insulin out of this insulin pen because with us sticking the needle in it, all directions squirts out almost like a woman's boob, if anyone's ever seen that. all directions, just streams of insulin everywhere. My house smells like a hospital right now because of it, but I'm so damn bored, and that was actually entertaining. So, any fun activities or anything like that you guys can think of. We're kind of blowing through the homeschooling packets from his preschool way faster than I'd care to. It's way easier to go over those things one-on-one with a child than it is to have 20 kids and like 2 adults trying to wrangle them all, plus the volunteers trying to wrangle them all. So, we've been blowing through them. We're bored. If anybody has any school project ideas, he's doing the Upstart Camp Consonant thing. We've got the Khan Academy Kids on his phone for him to play. We've got PBS Kids on his phone. If you guys have suggestions that don't involve screen time, that'd be great. We're going over the calendar every day. We've got lots of screen time options. Anyone has any options that are not screen time, I would love to hear, or I guess read them. We made a fort out of his room. His entire room was a fort. I can actually it's still sort of set up. I've had to clean his room somewhat, but it's still kind of set up. But he's got this little loft bed, and I've just got this sheet. And if you look underneath, he's got this box of cardboard box he plays in, and all his stuffed animals, and his he calls it his bat cave. So we've got a couple of things, but if anyone has any suggestions, I'm going nuts. I'm sure he's going nuts. I need to get ready for work now, so I'm gonna have to talk to you all later, and hopefully I'll upload another video soon, than I tend to usually. Have a wonderful day. Bye!